Welcome to the Home Based Business Podcast. And good morning. This is Ralph with the Home Based Business Success Podcast. And today we are going to continue on with our reading in The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Today's reading, we're going to pick up on what we left off of the Mastermind and cover the 15 laws of success. But before we get into that, would like to take a moment to invite you to a Law of Attraction Mastermind that we have going every Monday through Friday. This is a free mastermind that has been going on for 14 years. It was created by the founder of our Home Business Academy, Paul Hutching. And he's been with it now for 14 years, and the mastermind has been growing steadily ever since. So if you would like to join us in a mastermind to help you cultivate a keener sense of abundance and prosperity in your life, in your own mindset, check this out. Go to my link, ralphshomebiz.com/growrich, and you will find everything you need there to join us. What we have for you is how to dial in. It's a mastermind by phone, how to participate live, and if you can't participate live, how to catch the latest recorded episode of the mastermind. And we have a virtual library there for you, containing various texts that we use during the mastermind, like the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill in PDF format, The Law of Success in PDF, a bunch of other books there in PDF format, a regular virtual library that is yours to use free of charge. So again, if you want to join us, go to my main link, ralphshomebiz.com/growrich. And of course, the link will be in the program description down below. Now, with no further ado, let's get into The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, the Mastermind, and the 15 Laws of Success. The first big victory was gained for the Law of Success philosophy when it was used by the author as the basis of a course with which 3,000 men and women were trained as a sales army. The majority of these people were without previous experience of any sort in the field of selling. Through this training, they were enabled to earn more than $1 million for themselves and paid the author $30,000 for his services, covering a period of approximately 6 months. The individuals and small groups of salespeople who have found success through the aid of this course are too numerous to be mentioned in this introduction, but the number is large, and the benefits they derive from the course were definite. The Law of Success philosophy was brought to the attention of the late Don R. Mellett, former publisher of the Canton, Ohio Daily News, who formed a partnership with the author of the course and was preparing to resign as publisher of the Canton Daily News and take up the business management of the author's affairs when he was assassinated on July 16, 1926. Prior to his death, Mr. Mellett had made arrangements with Judge Elbert H. Gary, who was then chairman of the board of the United States Steel Corporation, to present the Law of Success course to every employee of the Steel Corporation at a total cost of something like $150,000. This plan was halted because of Judge Gary's death, but it proves that the author of the Law of Success has produced an educational plan of an enduring nature. Judge Gary was eminently prepared to judge the value of such a course, and the fact that he analyzed the law of success philosophy and was preparing to invest the huge sum of $150,000 in itself is proof of the soundness of all that is said on behalf of the course. You will observe in this general introduction to the course a few technical terms which may not be plain to you. Do not allow this to bother you. Make no attempt at first reading to understand these terms. They will be plain to you after you read the remainder of the course. This entire introduction is intended only as a background for the other 14 lessons of the course, and you should read it as such. You will not be examined on this introduction, but you should read it many times, as you will get from it, at each reading, a thought or an idea which you did not get on previous readings. In this introduction, you will find a description of newly discovered law of psychology, which is the very foundation stone of all outstanding personal achievements. This law has been referred to by the author as the Mastermind, meaning a mind that is developed through the harmonious cooperation of two or more people who ally themselves for the purpose of accomplishing any given task. If you are engaged in the business of selling, you may profitably experiment with this law of the mastermind in your daily work. It has been found that a group of 6 or 7 salespeople, they may use the law so effectively that their sales may be increased to unbelievable proportions. Life insurance is supposed to be the hardest thing on earth to sell. This ought not to be true with an established necessity for life as life insurance, but it is. Despite this fact, a small group of men working for the Prudential Life Insurance Company, whose sales are mostly small policies, formed a little friendly group for the purpose of experimenting with the law of the mastermind, with the result that every man in the group wrote more insurance during the first 3 months of the experiment than he had ever written in an entire year before. What may be accomplished through the aid of this principle by any small group of intelligent life insurance salesmen, or indeed anyone, who have learned how to apply the law of the mastermind will stagger the imagination of the most highly optimistic and imaginative person. The same may be said of other groups of salespeople who are engaged in selling merchandise and other more tangible forms of service than life insurance. Bear this in mind as you read this introduction to the Law of Success course, and it is not unreasonable to expect that this introduction alone may give you sufficient understanding of the law to change the entire course of your life. It is the personalities back of a business which determine the measure of success the business will enjoy. Modify those personalities so they are more pleasing and more attractive to the patrons of the business, and the business will thrive. In any of the great cities of the United States, one may purchase merchandise of similar nature and price in scores of different stores. Yet you will find there is always one outstanding store which does more business than any of the others. And the reason for this is that back of that store is a man, woman, or group who has attended to the personalities of those who come in contact with the public. People buy personalities as much as merchandise, and it is a question if they are not influenced more by the personalities with which they come in contact than they are by the merchandise. Life insurance has been reduced to such a scientific basis that the cost of insurance does not vary to any great extent, regardless of the company from which one purchases it. Yet, out of the hundreds of life insurance companies doing business, less than a dozen companies do the bulk of the business of the United States. Why? Personalities. 99 people out of every 100 who purchase life insurance policies do not know what is in their policies and, what seems more startling, do not even seem to care. What they really purchase is the pleasing personality of some man or woman who knows the value of cultivating such a personality. Your business in life, or at least the most important part of it, is to achieve success. Success, within the meaning of that term as covered by this course on the 15 laws of success, is the attainment of your definite chief aim without violating the rights of other people. Regardless of what your major aim in life may be, you will attain it with much less difficulty after you learn how to cultivate a pleasing personality, and after you have learned the delicate art of allying yourself with others in a given undertaking without friction or envy. One of the greatest problems of life, if not in fact the greatest, is that of learning the art of harmonious negotiation with others. This course was created for the purpose of teaching people how to negotiate their way through life with harmony and poise, free from the destructive effects of disagreement and friction which bring millions of people to misery, want, and failure every year. With this statement of the purpose of the course, you should be able to approach the lessons with the feeling that a complete transformation is about to take place in your personality. You cannot enjoy outstanding success in life without power, and you can never enjoy power without sufficient personality to influence other people to cooperate with you in a spirit of harmony. This course shows you step by step how to develop such a personality. Lesson by lesson, the following is a statement of that which you may expect to receive from the 15 laws of success. And they are: 1. A definite chief aim will teach you how to save the wasted effort which the majority of people expend in trying to find their life work. This lesson will show you how to do away forever with aimlessness and fix your heart and hand upon some definite, well-conceived purpose as a life work. 2. Self-confidence will help you master the 6 basic fears with which every person is cursed: the fear of poverty, the fear of ill health, the fear of old age, the fear of criticism, the fear of loss of or love of someone, and the fear of death. It will teach you the difference between egotism and real self-confidence, which is based upon definite, usable knowledge. 3. The habit of saving will teach you how to distribute your income systematically so that a definite percentage of it will steadily accumulate, thus forming one of the greatest known sources of personal power. No one may succeed in life without saving money. There is no exception to this rule, and no one may escape it. 4. Initiative and leadership will show you how to become a leader instead of a follower in your chosen field of endeavor. It will develop in you the instinct for leadership, which will cause you gradually to gravitate to the top in all undertakings in which you participate. 5. Imagination will stimulate your mind so that you will conceive new ideas and develop new plans which will help you in attaining the object of your definite chief aim. This lesson will teach you how to build new houses out of old stones, so to speak. It will show you how to create new ideas out of old, well-known concepts, and how to put old ideas to new uses. This one lesson alone is the equivalent of a very practical course in salesmanship, and it is sure to provide a veritable goldmine of knowledge to the person who is in earnest. Number 6, enthusiasm will enable you to saturate all with whom you come in contact with interest in you and in your ideas. Enthusiasm is the foundation of a pleasing personality, and you must have such a personality in order to influence others to cooperate with you. 7. Self-control is the balance wheel with which you will control your enthusiasm and direct it where you wish it to carry you. This lesson will teach you, in a most practical manner, to become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. 8. The habit of doing more than paid for is one of the most important lessons of the Law of Success course. It will teach you how to take advantage of the law of increasing returns, which will eventually ensure you a return in money far out of proportion to the service that you render. No one may become a real leader in any walk of life without practicing the habit of doing more work and better work than that for which he is paid. 9. Pleasing personality is the fulcrum on which you must place the crowbar of your efforts, and when so placed, with intelligence, it will enable you to remove mountains of obstacles. This one lesson alone has made scores of master salesmen. It has developed leaders overnight. It will teach you how to transform your personality so that you may adapt yourself to any environment or to any other personality in such a manner that you may easily dominate. 10. Accurate thought is one of the important foundation stones of all enduring success. This lesson teaches you how to separate facts from mere information. It teaches you how to organize known facts into two classes, the important and the unimportant. It teaches you how to determine what is an important fact, and it teaches you how to build definite working plans in the pursuit of any calling out of facts. 11. Concentration teaches you how to focus your attention upon one subject at a time until you have worked out practical plans for mastering that subject. It will teach you how to ally yourself with others in such a manner that you may have the use of their entire knowledge to back you up in your plans and purposes. It will give you a practical working knowledge of the forces around you and show you how to harness and use these forces in furthering your own interests. 12. Reading Roman numerals is not my strong point here. Number 12, cooperation, will teach you the value of teamwork in all that you do. In this lesson, you will be taught how to apply the law of the mastermind, described in the introduction and in Lesson 1 of this course. This lesson will show you how to coordinate your own efforts with those of others in such a manner that friction, jealousy, strife, envy, cupidity will be eliminated, and you will learn how to make use of all that other people have learned about the work in which you are engaged. 13. Profiting by failure will teach you how to make stepping stones out of all your past and future mistakes and failures. It will teach you the difference between failure and temporary defeat, a difference which is very great and very important. It will teach you how to profit by your own failures and by the failures of other people. 14. Tolerance will teach you how to avoid the disastrous effects of racial and religious prejudices, which mean defeat for millions of people who permit themselves to become entangled in foolish arguments over these subjects, thereby poisoning their own minds and closing the door to reason and investigation. This lesson is the twin sister of the one on accurate thought, for the reason that no one may become an accurate thinker without practicing tolerance. Intolerance closes the book of knowledge and writes on the cover, "Finis, I have learned it all." Intolerance makes enemies of those who should be friends. It destroys opportunity and fills the mind with doubt, mistrust, and prejudice. 15. Practicing the golden rule will teach you how to make use of this great universal law of human conduct in such a manner that you may easily get harmonious cooperation from any individual or group of individuals. Lack of understanding of the law upon which the Golden Rule philosophy is based is one of the major causes of failure of millions of people who remain in misery, poverty, and want all their lives. This lesson has nothing whatsoever to do with religion in any form, nor with sectarianism, nor have any of the other lessons of this course on the law of success. When you have mastered these 15 laws and made them your own, you may do within a period of 15 to 30 weeks, you will be ready to develop sufficient personal power to ensure the attainment of your definite chief aim. The purpose of these 15 laws is to develop or help you organize all the knowledge you have and all you acquire in the future, so you may turn this knowledge into power. You should read the Law of Success course with a notebook by your side, and you will observe that ideas will begin to flash into your mind as you read, as to ways and means of using these laws in advancing your own interests. You should also begin teaching these laws to those in whom you are most interested, as it is a well-known fact that the more one tries to teach a subject, the more he learns about that subject. A man who has a family of young boys and girls may so indelibly fix these 15 laws of success in their minds that this teaching will change the entire course of their lives. The man with a family should interest his wife in studying this course with him, for reasons which will be plain before we complete the reading of this introduction. Power is one of the 3 basic objects of human endeavor. Power is of 2 classes: that which is developed through coordination of natural physical laws, and that which is developed by organizing and classifying knowledge. Power, growing out of organized knowledge, is the more important because it places in man's possession a tool with which he may transform, redirect, and to some extent harness the use of the other form of power. The object of this reading is to mark the route by which the student may safely travel in gathering such facts as he may wish to weave into the fabric of his knowledge. There are two major methods of gathering knowledge, namely by studying, classifying, and assimilating facts which have been organized by other people, and through one's own personal experience. This lesson deals mainly with the ways and means of studying the facts and data collected and classified by other people. And we will conclude our reading at that point. We'll pick up tomorrow with Napoleon Hill's discussion of energy, molecules, atoms, and electrons, and see what the heck this has to do with becoming a successful person or entrepreneur. So that concludes today's reading. Hope you found some value in that. What I'll do tomorrow is we'll go ahead and discuss some of the key points that we covered in today's reading and kind of apply it to experiences that I have either had in my own life or have witnessed in the lives of others, to kind of demonstrate that this knowledge, this wisdom, which was collected and organized by Napoleon Hill and published back in 1928, still has bearing and application today. And I think a lot of our world problems, a lot of our national problems, a lot of our personal problems could be resolved if we could just get back to basics and take seriously what Napoleon Hill gathered together in this book almost 100 years ago. So much for now. It's Ralph signing out. Thank you for dropping by. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.